Hi guys, I'm Lori.
I'm David.
And this is Mermaid and Jedi Adventures. Today we're going to be talking about planning your Walt Disney World vacation. So basically we've sort of broken this down into 5 sort of simple steps, leading up to your Walt Disney World vacation. Each of these points that we're going to be talking about will most likely do sort of a much more in-depth video on each of these topics in the future, but this is to get you started.
Yes, planning is pretty much one of Lori's favorite things to do about getting to Disney World. I'm pretty much just here. I don't really deal with the planning.
So for the most part, I do enjoy planning. That's something that I think is part of the fun and builds up the excitement, but it also sort of saves you some trouble down the road, and it just makes a much smoother vacation if you do a little advanced planning. So the first thing to talk about, when you're getting started is basically, when are you going to go? When are you going to go to Walt Disney World? What time of year? So this can depend on a multitude of factors. When you have vacation, if you have children, maybe you have to go on their breaks, spring break, summer break, or winter break. It just sort of depends. For us, because we're, flexible, because we're flexible, because our work schedule is flexible and we don't have any children, it's a little bit easier for us to plan to go during the less busy times. So we like to go, so far, for the most part we've gone exclusively in February, but then last year we were able to go in sort of later November, early December, which was definitely a good time to go. From what I've heard and understand and sort of observed, it seems to be after the kids go back to school, mid-September to Christmas time, sort of the first couple weeks of December, it's pretty less crowded. And then also the first couple months of the year, January, February, March, up until spring break, seems to be a good time to go as well.
Yeah, we basically, before we go down, we look at online crowd calendars to see how busy it's going to be,
yeah,
and then basically plan it from there.
Some of the crowd calendars we've used are easywdw.com, also Kenny the Pirate, touring plans. My favorite one to use is Undercover Tourist because it has months and months, to a year up in advance of sort of the expected crowds based on sort of what happened last year. So it's a good way to plan your vacation.
Yeah, links will be down below for those sites.
Yeah. Anytime we're talking about links or sort of a website, we're going to put all the information down below so you can check it out yourself. So the next thing after you figured out sort of what time of year you're going to go at, you need to think of, how long do you have to go? If you have a couple of weeks, 2 weeks to go, you're going to be getting an opportunity to see everything. So you wouldn't, planning is always great and you should definitely plan it out, but you sort of won't be under a time constraint to get in everything you want to see. If you're going for less than a week, sometimes 5-6 days, a little bit more planning, will make for a much smoother vacation, or at least, hoping that everyone gets to see what they want to see. So if you're going with a couple of people or a family or a large group of people, get everyone to sort of pick their top few items that they definitely want to see, and then you can make sure that everyone gets those things in.
Yeah, a good tip for when you're going down for a short trip is getting the park hopper.
Yeah.
That will allow you to go to multiple parks in a day.
Yeah.
So there could be something you can go, we can do, this for a couple hours, or this is a half a day, then you go back to a different park.
Mm-hmm. Right now, with a lot of construction happening at a couple of the parks, specifically Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, you're able to get most or the main attractions in sort of a half day, and then maybe take in, some of the evening shows at Magic Kingdom or Epcot in the evening. So the next thing you want to look at is, how much money do you want to spend, sort of budgeting for your vacation. So obviously there are a couple of different things to look at. Your main expenses, besides food and spending money, are going to be your airfare, your hotel rooms, and your tickets, your park tickets. So starting with park tickets, there are a few places that you can buy them. I highly recommend either going through, an authorized dealer like a travel agent or CAA or AAA, or the best place that we found is just to go through the Walt Disney World or the Disney site, the Disney Go site, and book your tickets there. That way you're making sure that you're getting what you pay for, you're getting the actual tickets, and there won't be any trouble with them.
Yeah, a lot of times if you look for a deal online, you'll either get a scam or it will be some kind of thing where, oh, you get these tickets at a discount, but then you have to go through a timeshare.
Yeah, so it's just easy to book them through an authorized dealer of tickets. The next thing that you're going to want to take a look at is airfare. So depending on where you're traveling from, will depend on how you sort of book your vacation. If you're coming from Canada or you're coming from the US, a lot of times you can save money by sort of booking your tickets and your if you're staying on property, your tickets and your hotel together, and then your airline separately. If you're traveling from the UK, the United Kingdom, for what I understand, there's Virgin and there's a few other places. It just seems to be best to just sort of book the whole package. From what I understand, people coming from the UK, you're already coming for maybe a longer stay anyways, so it might be worth it to just maybe stay off property. But the next thing we'll talk about is hotels. So you have the option of staying on property in a hotel, or off property in a hotel, or even staying at a vacation condo or vacation house. So we have stayed at all three. We stayed at a vacation home with my brother and sister-in-law. That was lovely. It was a sort of a duplex style, and definitely saved some money on our accommodations there. One of the drawbacks.
Well, one of the drawbacks is being off property is basically how far you're away from Disney.
Yeah.
If you check a map on Google, it'll say you're about 15 minutes away, but you have to add in more time depending on traffic.
Yes.
So it's not really going to be about 15 minutes. You're probably going to be about closer to 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Another place you could stay is at a hotel that's kind of close to property, but not on property. It's a similar thing. It's great. You can maybe save a little bit of money, but then you have to consider the transportation of getting to and from your hotel. Yep. to the different theme parks.
Yeah. Plus, if you're off property, you have to pay for parking.
Yes.
And you may have to pay for extra gas. So if you're looking into a deal, make sure it's a really good deal, because you have to factor in parking and transportation to and from Disney.
Absolutely. So if you are staying on property, there's a few ways that you can save money. Just in the fact that there's three sort of tiers, or three different types of resorts. So you have your value resorts, you have your moderate resorts, and you have your deluxe resorts. So those come with all different kinds of perks depending on and different price points. You can also get different sales throughout the year, and depending on what time of year you go, you might even potentially be able to get a free dining plan. So that's some way to save money as well. So the next thing you're going to need to know once you've booked where you're going to stay on property, that we kind of were talking about before, is how are you going to get around? How do you plan on traveling from the airport to your hotel and sort of around the parks while you're there? So there's sort of 2 to 3 ways to do this. The first way is if you're staying on property, you can utilize the bus system, the transit system. Sorry, I should say the Walt Disney World transit system specifically. So yep. Getting from your airport, Orlando International, to the different resorts, you can use the Disney Magical Express. When you're staying on property, there's no charge or extra cost for that at all. Then once you get to your resort, to get to the different properties, to get to downtown Disney, or now it's called Disney Springs, or to get to any of the theme parks, basically anywhere around the 35,000 acre Disney property, there's buses, there's different boats, there's monorails, there's lots of different free transportation options. If you are staying on property and you do not have a car, one thing you might want to consider about maybe getting a car is if you plan on doing any off-property visits to any other theme park or any other shopping, because it is limited. Once you're in the Disney bubble, it can sometimes be a little tricky to get out of the Disney bubble, just meaning that it's an expensive taxi ride, or you have to arrange shuttle options to get yourselves maybe to Universal or to any of the other attractions that you like to see.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're staying on property, you can probably not rent a car. But off property, and depending on what time you're going down, and like we go down off season, so parks close at 7. Yeah. We kind of want to go and do something in the evening, so we rent a car all the time. Yeah,
and with that car rental, for us it's definitely worth it, just because we like to have the flexibility, and also because we do stay on Disney property, we don't have to pay the $20 a day in parking, which is excellent.
Now, if you want to save some money on a car rental, you book online. If you book online, you'll save some money compared to buying in person. Yeah. And most places, like there's a set of ones in the airport that have a loyalty card that will give you either a free upgrade or allow you to basically rent the car online and get the keys right away without having to go through the lineup.
Yeah, I think we're Alamo usually.
We used Alamo before. We used a few others, but
yeah,
most of the rental car places will have like a loyalty program, and look for ones that have a fast checkout online, so you can fill in all your information, fill all your information in right away, and then just go get your keys without having to wait in line.
Yeah. And then the last point to talk about is, if you're kind of a little nervous about planning, maybe this is your first trip, or you're confused, or you're just, having a little bit of difficulty sort of planning your vacation. You want to make things a little bit easier on yourself. You could definitely use a authorized Disney vacation planner. There's quite a few of them. One that we have used before, which is excellent, is Mickey Travels. So specifically, Amber Travis from Mickey Travels helped us book our last vacation. The thing about using, when you're staying on property and using an authorized Disney vacation planner is that it's absolutely free. Their services are free. So they will help you, book your hotel. They'll help you, make your dining reservations. They'll help you attend any special events you'd like to go to. They basically sort of take a little bit of the heat away, and if there's any requests or anything you like, they can make those requests for you. So when you book your vacation,
Another good thing about booking through a travel agent like that is if your vacation is far enough away, you put down $200 deposit, and then you can slowly pay it off before you start your travels.
Yeah.
So it's a good help to, if you're like booking 8 months in advance, put $200 down and keep putting a couple dollars, a couple $100 maybe each week, and then you'll feel so much cheaper.
Yeah.
Even though you're still paying the same amount, because you're just paying off by little bit by little. Then you have some extra spending money kind of thing when you have come time to the actual trip.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you pay your $200 deposit down, and that books everything. So you've made your reservations, everything is booked for you. You can start looking at making your dining reservations, which you can do up to 6 months ahead of time. You can start booking your fast passes, 60 days ahead of time. All these things, which are great, even though you haven't fully paid off your trip yet. So it's a good way to sort of, get the benefits in of the early bookings, especially for dining, and then also having the ability to sort of budget and sort of slowly pay off your vacation. So we'll link all of Amber's information below as well, and we would definitely recommend using her services. So that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed this video and sort of a beginning look at what you should do when starting to plan your vacation. So definitely, hopefully like and comment down below and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions or any suggestions for future videos, or would just like to tell us about your experiences booking Disney trips, please leave a comment down below. Again, we have an Instagram account where we post pictures pretty much daily for our different adventures, and we'll have all that information below. So thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Take care.